Hi everyone, it's Nikki. So this is actually not an author video, but I am sharing this on my author channel because I want it to be under my real name as opposed to a username because I want people who know me to be able to find me. Um, so what I wanted to share in this video is that I very recently just a few less than a year ago, made a full recovery from PTSD. And that has made me think about a lot of things in my life. And something that I wanted to share. I moved recently. I've been looking through a lot of my things, including my old yearbooks. This is my senior yearbook from high school, 2006. And I was looking at a lot of the messages that people wrote to me, and it's just making me think a lot because, see, when if I wish somebody well, if I say, I hope your new job goes well. I hope you enjoy your vacation. I hope that, I wish you happiness in your marriage, in your life, and, whatever that is. I mean that very sincerely. I do wish you well. But I don't ever want anyone to feel like that me wishing you well, me hoping that good things happen to you is any kind of an expectation where I would judge you if things don't go as well as I hope they will go. Because, if I love you and I care about you, of course, I want good things to happen to you. That's what I would want for anyone that I care about. But I don't ever want you to feel like if I say I hope your job goes well, if it turns out that your job doesn't go well, I'll still be there for you. I'll still be your friend and it doesn't, I don't mean it like an expectation that you have to live up to. And what I realize now is that I don't think anyone else ever meant things that way either. When I read the messages of people in my yearbook wishing me well and thinking about not just this yearbook, but thinking about all the people who wished me well, it just verbally, just how many times people told me that they hoped that I was gonna have a really, really good experience in college. I know now that that was not an expectation. It was not something where people would have necessarily looked down on me if I didn't have that. It was just well-wishing, the same way that I want good things to happen for you, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna judge you if things don't go well. I realize now that I don't think most people actually would have judged me for things not going well when they wished me well. I think that they just meant it. I think all of you were just wishing me well. And the reason I say this is that I had a very, very bad time in college. It was awful. And I felt ashamed of that for a very long time. And that is the reason why I cut myself off from a lot of people who I cared about, a lot of people who I shared my 4 years with in high school, and even beyond that, even people, who I not even from high school, but who I just haven't spoken to in a very long time. I think a lot of why I sorta lost touch and cut myself off was because I felt really ashamed that everybody was expecting something from me and I didn't do it. I did not have a good positive experience in college, which is what I felt like everybody was expecting me to do. And I think that, you know, it was just really hard to get past that because it was kind of, for a lot of us, I think, the last thing that happened before we lost touch. I mean, my friends that I've met later in my life, like as an adult in my late 20s and in my 30s now, I talk very openly about if the subject college comes up, I don't feel like I have to pretend that I had a good time when I didn't. I'm very open and honest, and for the most part, it's not even a subject that comes up because it was so long ago. And with new people in my life, people I didn't go to school with, it feels like such a long time ago because it's not something we did together. It's something that happened in my past, but not our collective past. But I think the issue here is that when I think back, when I look back at my yearbook and I think back, it's that for a lot of us, the last words we maybe ever said to each other was we're wishing each other well in college. Some of the messages that I have telling me that I'm going to have such a good time in college, that I'm going to do so well, are the last communications that I had with people. And I feel like a lot of people, that either that's the way it was, or the last communication we ever had may have been me acting like college was fine, because for the years that I was there, I actually did that with a lot of people. Or, I may have complained a little bit here and there, but it wasn't until I was actually fully out of college that I was actually honest with anyone. And even then, I wasn't honest with most people. I had more of a tendency to just cut everybody off, and I just did not want to face how many people were expecting this from me and feeling like I had let them down, feeling like I had disappointed everybody. When looking back on it, when I think about how I would have responded if I told someone, "I hope this goes really well for you," and it didn't, I wouldn't be looking down on them. I would fully support someone if they said that, my job isn't going well, or my marriage isn't going well, or, whatever it is that's like not going well. Even if I thought it would go well for you, I would still support you if it didn't. And um I think it's just hard because for a lot of us, the last time we ever communicated was either that well wishing or me acting like everything was good when it wasn't. And I'm just reflecting back on that now and realizing that I just never wanted it to be that way. I never meant to just like cut everybody off from back then, because that back then was a really happy time for me, and I never meant to be like, you know, just never talk to most people from my past again and just completely start over. I mean, I'm happy with the people I started over with. I'm very happy with the friends and the family that I have surrounding me now, but I never meant to lose everything else over the fact that this one thing didn't go well. And I just wanted to share that because I'm open to like reconnecting with anybody, because I just want you to know that if you're someone that we had a really nice time with each other back in high school or before that or anything, and I've just been completely MIA, and I just want you to know it's not you. It's not that I didn't like you or that I didn't want to be friends with you or anything, because like, I love you. I love my friends from high school so much, and people I knew from before that. And it really did all come down to me feeling ashamed about that one thing, about not having college not be a good experience when I felt that everyone expected it to be, and I just couldn't face that. And even now, years later, it's a little bit hard. I feel better now that I'm over PTSD, but for a long time, even when we were so far away from college that it wasn't even a topic of conversation that would maybe come up with my new friends, I feel like with people I've known longer, it's like that was kind of the last thing that happened. So it just felt a little bit awkward. And so I just wanted to share that because it's definitely something that I regret doing now, and I wish I had stopped and realized um, that I shouldn't just assume that everybody was going to be looking down on me, and that I think a lot of us, when we wish each other well, it is not an expectation that you have to live up to. It's just well wishes. It's just, I hope things go well for you, but I'll still be here if they don't. And so I just wanted to share that, and I just wanted to say that I'm very open to reconnecting if anybody wants to. And that's why I'm sharing this on my author channel, just because that way it'll be under my real name, the name that people knew me by, so that people can find it, even though it doesn't have to do with the author channel. So, just, and if you don't, that's fine, but I just want you to know that I love you, and it was never you. It was me feeling ashamed. It was never that I didn't want to be friends with you or stay in touch with you.